All right, today we're diving into a philosophical system that has absolutely no room for error. It's a worldview built on some pretty intense consequences and a form of karma that, frankly, doesn't forgive. So let's get into it and figure out how this system of natural law actually works. Let's just kick things off with a real head-scratcher. What if every single good thing you ever did was tallied up, but none of it, not one bit, could ever cancel out a single mistake? Just try to imagine a universe where forgiveness isn't even a concept. That's the tough reality at the very core of what we're talking about today. Okay, so if the system is that strict, where do the rules even come from? Well, in this worldview, you're not going to find the Creator's will written down in some ancient book or whispered in a prayer. No, it's baked right into the fabric of the universe itself. It's the fundamental, observable laws of nature. At the very heart of this philosophy is this concept of the Tao. The easiest way to think about it is like the universe's unchangeable operating system. You know, the laws of physics, biology, cause and effect, all of it. And it's not just a dusty rulebook. It's seen as the literal consciousness of the Creator, playing out in real time. And here's the deal. It's super simple, almost brutally so. When your thoughts and your actions line up with these natural laws, you get rewarded. When they go against them, you get punished. It's a straight-up binary system. There are no gray areas here, just direct, unavoidable consequences. Now, this brings us to a really key point, and it's what separates this worldview from so many others. See, this system is based 100% on your actions and what happens because of them. It couldn't care less about your intentions, your faith, or how devout you are. This whole idea is captured perfectly in this quote. You just can't achieve ultimate Tao by trying really hard or wanting it badly. It doesn't matter how pious you feel. Wishing for rewards from the Creator is, well, totally irrelevant. The laws of nature are impersonal. They only respond to what you do. And the source material gives us this really powerful analogy to make it crystal clear. Look, you can burn all the joss sticks you want, you can kowtow in a temple all day long. Those are acts of human piety. But if you drink poison, an act that violates a fundamental law of nature, the consequence is death. Your piety cannot and will not override the laws of biology. The consequence is just absolute. So, if actions are the only thing that matter, how does the universe keep score? Well, this might be the most startling concept in this entire system. Your good deeds and your bad deeds, they're recorded on two completely separate ledgers, and they never, ever mix. So let's just imagine for a second. Let's say you've lived an absolutely amazing life. You've performed 10,000 good deeds, racking up a huge amount of merits. But then you make one mistake. Just one. In this system, that single error stands all on its own, and it demands a consequence. Your 10,000 good deeds have absolutely no bearing on this one mistake. And here's the crucial takeaway. You will absolutely be rewarded for all those merits, for sure. But you will also be punished for your mistake. That punishment is guaranteed. That mistake ledger has to be balanced, and it doesn't matter how full your merit ledger is. And just to be absolutely clear, nobody gets a pass. I mean, nobody. It doesn't matter if you're the Pope, an emperor, a holy master, or even a messenger of the Creator. In this system, your status and your piety give you zero production. Everyone plays by the same unforgiving rules of natural law. So, given these incredibly strict rules, what's the end game? Well, the whole point is to ascend to a higher state of being, a higher quality of life with a capital L. And as you can probably guess by now, getting there is extraordinarily difficult. The standard for this ascension is absolute. If the test requires 100 points to pass, then getting 99 isn't, oh, you were so close. No, it's a complete failure. This system is rigorous, meticulous, and precise. There is absolutely no grading on a curve. A perfect analogy for this comes from the famous story of Monk Tang in Journey to the West. He had to face exactly 81 hardships to achieve enlightenment. If he had only faced 80 of them, his entire quest would have been for nothing. Every single challenge had to be met. So, if we all make mistakes and punishment is inevitable, how are we supposed to look at all the suffering and setbacks in our lives? This philosophy gives us a radical way to reframe it. Suffering isn't just a punishment, it's the actual mechanism for balancing your cosmic ledger. So here's how the logic breaks down. When you go through sorrows, setbacks, failures, that is your karma playing out. The sin you committed is literally being erased by you experiencing a painful consequence. That's how the debt gets paid. And, crucially, there is no other way. Wow. Okay. I know this sounds incredibly harsh, almost impossible. It really begs the question, in a system that is so unforgiving, how can anyone possibly achieve that beautiful, higher state of life? And the answer this philosophy gives is to look inward. The path isn't about chasing beautiful things or amazing experiences out there in the world. Nope. The one and only focus should be on refining and improving yourself, the quality of your own life. The idea is, when your inner self reaches a beautiful state, beautiful things will just naturally come to you. And that leaves us with this final, really provocative thought. Instead of running from suffering, this worldview challenges you to embrace it with delight, to see it not as something to be avoided, but as the necessary, unavoidable, and even purposeful path toward perfecting yourself. A truly challenging idea to take with you.